Just a swangin'. Ah, like the Lich's house from Stranger Things. Oh, she's a ghost hunter. Who you gonna call? Ah, the sequel to The Ring. The Nose Ring. Oh, maybe she'll have boons that I will never remember to put up. It seems like it's a bad thing. Oh, yeah. Lamps on the side of the walls. You know, if I had the money and the screws, I would decorate that way. Spooky. Oh, see, why would you go in there without, like, a gun or, you know, a proton pack? That's pretty creepy. I like it. Her roots aren't dreadful. Look at them. They're lovely. That's a great dye job. Yay! What are we celebrating? Is this the celebration? Is this the birthday? I'm so late in logging in. Happy birthday! I've received a gift. Thank you. A mysterious party planner has left an invitation for you to collect in trials. They await your response. Will you RSVP? Oh yeah, I mean it wouldn't be a story if we didn't. Claim an invitation and hunt down your victim. I need to sit closer to the television. And hunt down your victims or survive until an exit opens to unlock new masquerade-themed cosmetics. Nice. I want a mask. That would be cool. A masquerade of dark design awaits. Celebrate the 6th year of Dead by Daylight with new survivor items and the frightful flan? Frightful flan? Like, is that a dessert that's going to come after me? Available in the Blood Web. Hunt and survive amidst newly decorated generators and hooks in trials. I like it. I want to see these. This will be exciting. I'm buying The Dredge. I have never seen something so phallic and yet so yawnic at the same time. A nice backpack, though. Use my strong hand. That's creepy. Is that like Hector or whatever his face was from the baby? He has a baby arm as well, like you do. Unlocked. What the hell, man? that is awesome. I want to see this character. The hell does he look like standing up? He's a cloud of black smoke with what did this? That's I like it. Whatever that is. I wonder what his movement rate is like. I figure he's like either really fast or really slow. You gotta hand it to him. Or he's gonna give you a hand. Just check out his different outfits. Ooh, the black and white version. Oh, what weird. Where'd they dredge this one up? You know, he should really be killing with a hammer, and you could call it a dredge hammer. Dredge hammer. A manifestation of the dark thoughts of a once vibrant community, the Dredge is able to teleport between lockers. Oh, he's my killer. It's for me. It's like they know me. And summon an overwhelming darkness. Ooh, I thought this is all about me. I can summon darkness and teleport into locker. That's awesome. Its personal perks: Dissolution, Darkness Revealed, and Septic Touch. Allow it to destroy pallets, spot survivors near lockers, and afflict healing survivors with blindness and exhausted. This is a bad killer for me to play against. Here's his perks. Dissolution. Everything turns to dust. It is as inescapable as the coming of the night. 3 seconds after injuring a survivor by any means, Dissolution activates for 12 seconds. While Dissolution is active, if a survivor fast vaults over a pallet inside of your terror radius, the entity will break the pallet at the end of the vault, and Dissolution deactivates. Interesting. Oh, I've lost it already. What's the next one? There we go. Darkness Reveal. In your presence, places once thought to be safe are perhaps the most dangerous. When you search a locker, the auras of the survivors within 8 meters of any lockers are revealed to you for 3 seconds. This perk has a 30-second cooldown. Stay in the light, my children. In darkness, your fear will expose you. Otto Stamper. That sounds like a real name. Septic Touch. That's disgusting on many levels. She's got the touch, is septic touch. Oh. The land of shadows subsumes all. Healing only delays the inevitable. Whenever a survivor performs the healing action within your terror radius, that survivor suffers from blindness and exhausted. These effects linger for 6 seconds after a healing action is interrupted by any means. Do not admit to fear or pain or doubt. These are the seeds from which darkness grows. Otto Stamper. Yep, that Stamper guy. He knows his stuff about dredges, I guess. Okay, so finding the perks would be a person kicking a piece of wood, and a hand groping out of the closet, and septic touch. Somebody with a diseased hand grabbing a basketball. Got it. All right, so what perk should I pick, guys? You say Iron Maiden, I think? I don't even know what Iron Maiden is. So, Harley, now I'll ask you. Now, they said that the thing I should pick is Iron Maiden for the 4th perk, because it's a closet opening thing that makes you open closets faster. And since that's what I do, I'm a closet killer. I go into closets and I come out.
I think that's a viable option.
Awesome. I am set. Reign of darkness. Like a dark thought, the dredge is difficult to shake, and when night falls, it is nearly impossible. So his special ability is the gloaming. Gloaming. That's weird. Press and hold the power button to activate. Once activated, the dredge leaves a remnant behind. Aim at a locker and press the ability button to teleport into it, or press the attack button to return to the remnant. Weird. Okay, so I leave a remnant behind? Yeah, okay. And then I teleport to a locker, or I can go back to the remnant. The remnant is disabled when teleporting to a locker or when a survivor touches it. While in a locker, aim at another locker and press the ability button to teleport again. Each teleport consumes a power token. Exiting the locker or returning to your remnant will activate the gloaming's cooldown, after which all power tokens are recharged. Survivors can place locks on lockers to slow the dredge exiting them. Interesting. The dredge can break locks by exiting the locker or performing a base attack on the lock. Each locker can only be locked once. Special ability Nightfall. The Nightfall meter builds when a healthy survivor is injured, a survivor is hooked, or a teleport power is used. I just by doing his powers and stuff and killing as a killer. That's awesome. The Night meter also fills faster for each survivor in the injured state. Once the Nightfall meter is full, Nightfall begins. So I automatically just darken the mist, right? That's awesome. This is like Bouquet New Moon all over again, but like just as my ability as a killer. I love it. During Nightfall, survivors must navigate in total darkness. The dredge's teleport is faster with a shorter cooldown, and there is no terror radius. Nightfall ends after 60 seconds. Survivors destroying the remnant also reduces the time of an active Nightfall. All right, so this is the backstory of the dredge. Surely this wasn't like a human or a group of them, right? The Fold was founded on a private American island in the 1960s by a group of anonymous philanthropists. Their goal was to establish a peaceful society free of dark thoughts and emotions, attracting the dismayed, disenchanted, and disillusioned from all over the country. That seems like the opposite then of what you're doing, because if you attract those people are going to have those thoughts, and then they'll dredge up just anything. Sorry. The peace-loving community thrived over the years, and members freely followed the dictates of its charismatic leader, Otto Stamper, who taught his followers the secret of maintaining happiness through joy talk, meditation, and the endless reciting of good-thinking mantras. I mean, this all sounds good, but it's sounding a little bit Kool-Aid drinky. Oh, sorry, Flavor-Aid. That's what they actually drink over there, the Jim Jones people. But not all was bliss within the Fold, and Otto swiftly banished anyone who confessed to having dark thoughts or speaking dark words. Those he appointed as guardians of the Fold were quick to root out malcontents, banishing anyone who thought or spoke against the almost perfect community he had established, because he's a cult leader. In this way, Otto had conditioned Ottomarians, the Branch Davidians, to believe dark thoughts were the root of all discontent. He spoke of an ancient god called Druani, Dwayne, We'll just call him Dwayne. Drainy. That's what it is. Drainy. Dwayne, telling them how this god fed on dark memories and desires, and how they needed to expel any and all manifestations of darkness from their hearts for fear of summoning this horror from the land of shadows. Life was more or less a utopian dream on this island until, that is, the darkness began to slowly leak through the cracks of their spiritual dam, and members began to mysteriously disappear. It wasn't long before fear closed its septic jaws on the island and refused to let go. The once happy community now gathered in a few homes, chanting all the good-thinking mantras in a desperate attempt to rid their lives of this formless creature that seemed to stalk them in the shadows and consume them in their sleep. Otto tried to quell his followers, telling them that there were malcontents among their ranks, and that they alone had summoned Dwayne, the Druani, to their garden of joy. As the fold bleated fear, Otto evoked desperate measures. Ottomarians were restricted to their homes to prevent the spread of rumors and dark talk, while sleep was forbidden to prevent anyone from releasing dark dreams into the world. Freedom and sleep would return just as soon as the Druani was no longer upon them. You just gotta kick Dwayne out of the house. Just gonna have to hold a house meeting. Dwayne's gotta go, guys. He's ruining us. But then Ottomarians continued to disappear. Otto assembled his followers near the beach, where he placed a screaming woman on a wooden stage. There in the rain, Otto explained to his drenched, alienated, and sleep-deprived congregation that the woman was a journalist here to destroy everything they had created. Great. Sacrifices now. As the guardians held the trembling woman, she screamed that Otto wasn't the savior he claimed to be. Duh, he's the bad guy. And the bad guy. Duh. He belonged to an ancient cult, an exclusive club of billionaires that took pleasure in corrupting and sacrificing people, towns, and even countries to an elder god. The journalist told them Otto hadn't banished anyone. He had tortured and sacrificed them, and that they would be next. Without hesitation, Otto slit her throat before she could continue to spread lies, because that's what they were, right? As she collapsed to her knees with her hands clasped around her neck, he told his confused and terrified herd that she was working with others within their ranks, and that they needed to find the imposters before this Dwayne before the Draini came for them all. Otto's words shot over the congregation and reached into the murky recesses of their hearts and dredged, I see what you did there, up dark and fearful things. Years of suppressed emotions began to bubble up. Because, yeah, I mean, if you're not going to pay attention to those things, you gotta let those out every now and then. You have to purge that stuff. Psychologically, you see, guys, what happens if you don't deal with your inner demons? You make a dredge. As a thick fog pushed through restless legs and feet, whimpers began, and the whispers became panicked mantras, and the mantras became screams and curses as each member accused the next of mal-thinking and mal-speaking. Over the howling wind and pounding rain, the screams and curses grew louder and louder as everyone desperately tried to contain the darkness within. But the harder they tried, the quicker they failed, and within moments the dam burst to release a torrent of hell. Otto watched his once blissful and joyous herd suddenly erupt into violence unlike anything he had ever seen before. The fold bleated accusations and tore each other into bits and pieces with hands and teeth, and never once did they look up to see their kind and charismatic shepherd smiling down upon them with eyes that were cold, bleak, and without pity. This is what he wanted, probably? When it was all over, Otto felt the creaking wooden stage shake as a murder of crows. It's a murder. There was a lot of murder going on. Circled above. Suddenly, the ground rose and then sank into thick, oozing black mud like molasses. Moments later, a formless mass squelched out of the muck and rose like a rearing horse to feed upon the writhing mass of butchered humanity. It was everywhere and nowhere at once, as it slowly picked its way through the carnage, absorbing the darkness, savoring the misery, trailing terrible noises, shrieks, cries, whimpers, pops, cracks. I like it. Feasting sounds, death sounds, dark sounds. Otto watched the creature as it slowly began to manifest into the very thing he had imagined, the very thing he had made them all imagine. It turned slowly to look at Otto for a long, silent moment. Then Dwayne... Then the Druane drudged away through the thick black sludge, disappearing into the shadows from which it had come. And into the entity fog stuff, right? I get it. We are ready to go then. I'm still in the closet. And it's in the corn. Oh my god. Where the hell did you go? I am corn blind.